I see you wanna be down with me.
Real talk. Original Jungle Boys.
It's like scary.
You know what kids do now?
Well, I know. Remember, I've got
these-
that foreign exchange student at my house.
They have photo shoots, guys.
I love her to death.
Yeah.
But and she's leaving. I thought it was maybe because she's an international student, she'll have a different flavor. But she's like, no, the kids are just going to Tim Hortons just to take like photos and record each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
No, these guys are taking photo shoots like it's the cover of like
Magazine.
a little Uzi Vert or magazine. They go to the thrift store, and I go and I'm like, yo, so like, what's up? Why you guys? I go,
Get a job.
No, and I said to him like, so you guys play dress up and shit? Is that what's happening now, right? Like,
Probably.
yeah, no, they do. It's dress up. That's what they do. They're just swag. And I'm like, okay, whatever, dude.
No,
like,
if they do it like it's like I like thrifting. Like honestly, I collect stuff. You know, I'm a collector.
no, they buy like the oversized sweaters and shit and tie knots in it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Oh,
and
boy.
I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, get a job or do. But no. If that's what they're doing, and if that's cool, and they're not murking each other, then sure. Like, sure. But don't get pissed later when you can't get a job and be like, so. Do you have an experience?
No shit.
Vogue. They're gonna be like, what the is wrong with you?
My titties.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, these kids, they end up getting like,
And then they say it's tough, and then they blame the immigrants.
yeah,
No, I'm saying they blame the immigrants. Some like I'm just going to talk about the Ukrainian families that have come to
think
Canada.
about the Punjabi immigrants. Like, what
Yeah.
the is he doing?
The Ukrainian families have come here, and Punjabi families have come here, Indian families have come here from India. These kids don't want to work those jobs. That's straight up truth.
Yeah.
So that's why they have those jobs.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to work those jobs. You want to hear why they have those jobs? Because they want to work. It's called work, right? That's why they actually have a job. Now, I'm sure if you went and applied for it, you could speak better English, you would get the job.
Yeah, no shit, yeah.
Point blank. That's it.
Well,
And you
think of-
can't sit there and complain, I don't have a job.
I couldn't even get a job pumping gas. Did you know that when I was 16? Because living here, right? They look at me and they're just like,
You gotta
oh, he's
steal
a rich Chinese guy.
Really?
Yeah, they wouldn't even give me a job pumping gas. Like, all my friends got these jobs pumping gas, and I was like, oh, I want to go pump gas.
Yeah.
I ended up having to get a job in a newspaper warehouse and like indoors where I can't be seen in public. Because the Chinese community wasn't giving me jobs.
What did I do when I was young? I was like 13, 14. I
Burger
worked
King.
I worked for All You Can Eat, Uncle Willie's.
My cousin owned an Uncle Willie's.
Really?
on
I worked
Broadway.
there. I didn't work for there long, and some things happened there. I can't say on camera. And I decided to leave that job because I didn't think it was a good idea. Right? And then I went from there. I think I went to Subway, and I worked with AK Cousin Al.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, I worked at this Punjabi guy. He was very wealthy. Man, he was a taxi driver by day, and at night he just kept on bumping one Subway to another, like just buying them out.
Yo, back in the day, man, there was guys that had like regular ass jobs, like Subway and this that, and they made it.
They made it,
paper,
man.
bro.
Paper,
Yeah.
paper. Right? It's kind of hard to go with the competition now with the influx of all the money coming in, and there's a big difference.
Well,
now.
minimum wage hasn't even like
No, it did. It bump up.
no, but it
Yeah,
doesn't.
no,
it-
not to the inflation of what we're
like
at.
you could
Yeah.
rent a basement suite for like $400 a month before.
Yes.
Yeah, and now it's like
1,500.
Yeah.
Because it's the food cost, the insurance cost, the bus costs more, everything costs more.
Yeah.
Right. I think we're one of the lowest. Not the
purchasing power.
purchasing power.
Oh,
we're super low
it's so funny.
in the first worlds.
3-4 years ago, they said, oh, the average family, each person makes a minimum 150.
That
I'm like, okay,
Fuck
buddy.
you.
Like, what planet are you on?
that man, especially where we live, where we are the highest taxed. 1/4 of your paycheck is gone. Pew.
It's more than that.
I think it's 1/3, right?
If you make over 100K, it's like 53%'s gone.
No, I don't think it's that much.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's that much. Is it
Yeah.
that much, really?
Yeah.
I
Something,
gotta
like,
fucking
something
ask
like
my-
that. It's
I
like
gotta-
50%, something like that. But it's just like,
But I know, like me, when I was doing, I was working for a crane company. It was
Mm-hmm.
with a roofing company, and I was a crane guy. Yeah, man, 1/3. Pew. If you do a lot of overtime,
oh, you harder.
you harder.
yeah.
You go. This is
A
how
different
fucked
tax
up.
bracket.
Yeah, this is how up this country is. This country, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And you go work to provide for your family, but you get taxed. Where I kind of sat there and I was like, hey, listen, I got to do this math over again, and I was like, hey, if I work like 63 hours a week or whatever, like the 80 hours for the work week, whatever your pay thing, right? If I did anything over 96, I'm actually losing money.
Okay, so we don't get a knock at the door. Maybe that's an issue that the government can fix.
Absolutely.
Right, that's something they can look into.
You should
right?
look into, the government can. We are just trying to state the obvious, but right? And now to cover our ass, we better not.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, why would a person getting paid overtime get punished? Shouldn't they, like, those are the people that you want in this country? Like, you should give them rewards.
Yeah, true that.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, this guy's pushing himself. He wants to work more, and he's getting punished instead of getting rewarded.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, and like, you know, this is not political or whatever, but like, you're born in Canada.
Yeah.
I'm born in Canada. And
I love this place.
Yeah,
but it's
but from all the things that I've experienced growing up, we really don't have a say.
True that, brother.
Like, we don't really have a say. Like, people say
but see, there's two sides of the coin, and I'm not a guy that sits on the fence. You know that, right? When you hear something like that, like, we have no say. So let's say now you're gonna have that ideology, and you're gonna say that to your kids. You're gonna be like, he hears that. Him growing up is gonna be like, well, I got no say. I got no. What if we say
no? That's not how I'm putting it.
No.
We have no say, right? Which means that like, well, no matter what we do, nothing's going to change. They got their agenda. They got their agenda. You can call it agenda in the pants, agenda, whatever. It doesn't matter. We just have to navigate ourselves to just find the optimum way.
Fulfill our life.
Yeah, find the optimum way to live within these
rules.
With
the rules.
Within these rules. Like, we have no say over gravity.
No, exactly.
So we have to navigate.
Speaking about gravity, do you know what's going to happen in August?
Oh, no more gravity.
Yeah, 7 seconds. We lose. I think it's August. Hold on, let me just look it up. This is very interesting. Sorry, hit the mic there. Got really excited there.
No, but like, we just got to find a way.
It's a big deal. Because the magnetic poles have moved. You brought me this really, like, super important. Like, this is a total thing that I forgot to talk to you about.
Yeah.
In August, we're going to lose 7 seconds. This is 100%. We're going to lose 7 seconds of gravity.
So all my Honda Civics are flying away.
A lot of people are saying, like, they think the scientists were gone because of the propulsion system. They're saying that the scientists knew something about the 7 seconds of gravity that lost what's going to happen. That's why they're gone.
So you just beat off in 5 seconds, and then the Steven will fly for 2. And then they can record that and then do a fashion show and put it online. The rules are going to be the rules. Yeah, whatever rules they make. Like, if you vote for it and it goes through, good for you. And then you know how to navigate that. Yes. Say you vote for that and it doesn't go through. Well, you're going to have to live with that anyways.
What's up with that? No gravity, right? Maybe no gravity.
Yeah, no gravity. And then you just have to learn to live with it if you choose to live in it, right?
Oh, there's a song, No Gravity Holds My Body Down.
But that's just it. Like, I think that I've come to a time where I realize that the things that I used to think matters really don't. When
it's called growing older, brother, and wiser.
Well, yes.
The claim is they will lose gravity August. Oh no, gravity cannot turn off.
If gravity can't turn off, then all these electric cars are anyways. You know who's going to be balling if gravity doesn't turn off?
Well, they're saying that
everybody with a balloon.
Hoax. They're saying that this might be a hoax, but there's astrophysics saying that this is going to happen. So.
They said the same when that asteroid was coming, and it's like, oh, we took pictures. 100%. It's not a asteroid. I'm from Harvard, and this and that, and then there's radio silence. Radio silence.
NASA could not produce pictures, but a guy with a backyard camera in Texas could completely pinpoint to tell exactly where the 3-1 Atlas is.
See, and the funny thing is that here's that's a good point. See, the funny thing is that 3-1 Atlas, this and that, we're paying all these taxes, we're doing all this. We have no say. You're gonna have to do what they tell you. Like, you're gonna have to pay what you're gonna have to pay.
When we say that we have no say, we have to play by the rule books, but we should be teaching our new generation awareness.
No, how to navigate.
Awareness.
Yeah, that's it.
Just be aware of the situation. Find your way to navigate.
Find a lane.
If you can have a voice in some way, maybe like my daughter becomes a scientist and she can do something in some way that she can make her voice heard and push her opinion. I don't think that we should all just be like, well, like kind of like.
No,
I know what you're saying.
No,
I'm
not saying it
yeah.
like, oh, I give up this and that. I'm just saying, like, if you choose to stay in the loop.
So what
with
do you
it,
think about protesters then? They're just a waste of time.
if they want to protest, sure, go for it. Then you have to accept the repercussions.
Like, what about those people that Ivanka Trump and in Algeria they want to buy that island there? Did you hear about that? Ivanka and them had.
Okay, quick thing before that.
Sorry. Yeah.
The 3i Atlas, when they don't show us the pictures and somebody did in the backyard and proved how easy it was.
Yeah.
This just fuels the fire of people not trusting government.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
That's
bro.
what happens, right? Like,
Absolutely.
you know, if you meet Chinese people in Canada where they like jump on the bandwagon or something, and then you meet everybody in China that trusts the government. Like majority of people trust the government.
Absolutely,
in
because
Canada.
their life is okay.
Yeah,
It's
and
not taken away.
when my wife came here and she's like talking about the government and bitching about laws and my wife's like, what the fuck's wrong with everyone? Why would you say that? Right? You live here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
But
no,
in
no.
Asia, it's like no, because you see how many people they pulled out of poverty and this and that.
Yes.
And then you got guys like little plants online. Like, dude, this is what I want to know. This is the big one, okay?
Fire away. Here's.
How come all the analysts and all the Chinese people that are experts on China, you get all the half breeds? None of them are real full-blown Chinamen.
no.
You don't have, there's not one full-blown Chinaman. How are you going to believe this guy?
Yeah.
They're not full-blown. Oh, I lived in Asia for 20 years. Really? I took a in a bush for 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not an expert on bushes.
Yeah.
You retard.
Shit.
How can somebody be an expert on China and they're not full-born breathe China? You can't. And then they're like, oh, the Uyghur thing, all the Uyghurs are getting slaughtered and all this shit. Dude, there's a Uyghur community in Richmond. I know these guys. They're like, what? They're like, slaughtered where? They're like, I'm like, did you come here from? I'm like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Did you come here from UNICEF and bro?
Yeah. I don't know.
I go, dude, you look Persian. How come you speak Mandarin?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're
No,
like, dude,
we're fine.
No, they're like, I took a plane. Like, what's wrong with you? I played badminton for the national team. And then I just liked Canada. So
propaganda,
No,
bro.
but no, okay, there's propaganda, fine. And then China, the propaganda in China.
No. I'm just saying those people,
no.
those plants. Those
Yes,
plants,
I understand those plants are, but in the West and like Europe, I guess Europe's the West. But they're like, oh, the Chinese propaganda. You go, there's no Chinese in China. People are living
with
their
the plants. With the plants.
No,
industry
I
plants.
understand that.
Yeah,
I understand
yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah.
Like, this is propaganda that the West talks about China.
Yes,
But in China, there's no propaganda about the West.
Nah.
No.
They did a couple cartoons. That's about it.
Which one?
They did a couple cartoons.
China didn't do it, did it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. The chicken one. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a couple cartoons.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That was pretty fun.
I don't know if that's propaganda. I think that's more trying to explain it in a cartoon.
Yeah, well,
What's actually going on?
Yeah,
right?
I guess that's true that.
Yeah, but there's no propaganda. There's no like.
They don't have the time for that, man. They gotta
don't have
work.
time, bro.
They gotta make money. They gotta get vans. They gotta get their people up. Like,
Yeah.
they don't have time for that games.
Do you like your Louis Vuitton bag? Right? Do you want all this? You want your Nikes made?
No
Actually,
shit.
Nikes are made in Vietnam. Those
No.
Nammers are killing it. On the night. Yeah. But like half the gets made in China, and
They
they're
get
too
dogged out.
busy. They're too busy to work. You should get a guy. If you want somebody to talk about China, you should get a guy that's from China. Can you imagine if some white guy walked in, he's like, you don't know anything about being Fijian.
Yeah, that'd be
Dude,
fucked up.
I had Chinese people. Listen to this.
Okay, fine.
I had Chinese people
yeah,
try to tell me how living in Malaysia is like.
Chinese person.
No, Chinese people from Hong Kong
Yeah,
telling a Malaysian, me,
yeah.
how life is in Malaysia. And then I was like, he was pronouncing wrong. And he's like, no, you're wrong.
Oh wow.
I'm like, you know what?
Call it
Malaysia.
ignorance, brother. Let's call it ignorance.
It's just stupid. Like,
It's
we got to
ignorance.
bring the word retardation back. Because
Yes.
it's just retardation. Right?
Yes.
But
So-
what
so-
were you saying about Ivanka Trump?
Ivanka Trump, yeah, these guys they're going to buy like an Epstein Island. So the Algeria, this comes back to our protest talk. The Algeria people from Algeria, they stood up. They're like, no. So there's a big protest war there.
Algeria is like Northern Africa, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I worked in a restaurant with a guy from Algeria. Speaks French or some shit.
No, I don't think they speak French.
Or Arabic and French,
Arabic
right?
and French, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these people, I'm talking, they come in drones and hundreds and hundreds. Like, it's just like a FIFA World Cup, like.
Yeah,
the
but
amount of fans.
they're protesting
They're
in Algeria,
protesting.
right?
In Algeria, yeah.
Okay, but in Algeria, and them protesting, I don't know their life. If they wish to protest, they
want
should.
them out, man. They're like,
Yeah, if they can protest and because we already see what happens when you protest here.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Like, I ain't with that. Like
Yeah.
like I'm like, you know.
bank account gone. Doesn't have
Yeah, like I like Canada, like so after I saw that, and I'm not saying what's right, what's wrong, I don't know.
But we do know,
When the fire's hot, you don't touch it.
you know.
You know? Like so that's why you'll never hear me be like, oh, politically this is wrong. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
smart. Ew.
no,
No, I can just the
We
only
can
thing I
just
can
say
talk about
what we say, our opinion. That's it.
yeah, like
What
the only
what
thing
we
I can
feel.
talk about is okay, in the end of the day, whatever everyone's fighting about, our only fight is to survive.
Yeah.
Is to survive. And survive not by people over.
No.
Survive not by like downgrading other people.
No,
but
bring everyone up, man.
How to navigate as a community in all races and
Yeah.
and just make it somewhere. Like
Yeah.
just so we can have like you remember when we were 13 and 15 and getting your license, you know, I don't want no scrubs. Just pumping in the car. You're going to the club, you know what I mean? And we had an actual childhood and an actual like a teenagerhood.
We lived
our life.
life.
And here's the catch-22 though. We had the opportunity to live that life maybe because the West could live that life because they were sucking out the resources and profiting from these emerging countries. So we had the opportunity to live that life because I've heard that life that we had is never going to be obtainable again.
Never.
So if
bro.
that is the outcome for the future, how the do we learn to teach our kids the way we were taught and expect them to survive? We can't.
No,
we have to.
because
We have to do the Lee Kuan Yew. We come up with the idea. We see if it works. If it don't work, we modify. We don't work, we scrap it. I built this. Right? Yeah. Peace to Uncle.
Yeah.
Lee Kuan Yew.
Mr. Singapore.
Rest in peace, Mr. Singapore.
Mr.
But
Singapore.
we have to take that type of perspective. Let's be honest, right? You can't just sit and
I don't.
hope.